Hello, folks. It's me, I'm Biggy, and I am live. Isn't that wonderful? Yep, it's been a while since I've seen people on here, but okay. Let me just see and wait for a bit and see if there are more people joining in soon. But yeah, this is kind of a celebration. 3,000 subs and long road until I got here. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Even if it's just you, Joshua, thanks for coming in. Yeah. Okay. So, uh, where should I start? Let's start with a couple of questions that I got uh, from uh, the subreddit. I decided to post in r Ask Me Anything to see what kind of questions people might have regarding either the disability or the stream or the channel. Um, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. But yeah, I have a few lined up just in case. Um, and I'm and if the I ran out of questions, I might start doing some live stream stuff, like playing some games and other things. But yeah, anyways, I've got the questions lined up here. The first one is from a redditor named Defiant Apricot, and they said, "What controller do you use, and do I have a special way of holding it?" Well, if you're looking through my old footage, then I have a variety of stuff that I use for disability. Uh, I started with phone games, mobile games, because touchscreen interfaces work kind of well. And then moved on to this laptop here. I'm not sure how I could show, but just give me a sec while I switch over to maybe my Civ 6 configuration here. Yep. Oh, I think I need to move my camera a little. But yeah, this setup here is, let me see. Come on, camera. And like so. Move, move, move. Haha. And a little bit down. This is my current setup when I'm streaming on PC. As you can see here, laptop with keyboard setup, uh, and the trackpad is amazing. And the really cool stuff about the track pad uh, is the way that it's there's actually a lot of kind of accessibility motions that you don't realize. Like for example, I just discovered that there's a click to drag option on the trackpad by double tapping the trackpad itself, and then it will automatically hold the button, and then you could use that to click to drag. And I was using that on my Runeterra stream a little bit earlier, before somebody generously donated this little bad boy all the way from the US, which is the adaptive controller. And this setup, I'm using a an app to turn this controller into a mouse. So these two will work as mouse buttons. Pardon me. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much how I'm set up uh, streaming stuff right now. Oh, Wrong button there. Okay. So how did I find out about Joy-Con Droid? Well, Joy-Con Droid is a real kind of really cool discovery for me because I basically was looking around and seeing what people like. It just kind of occurred to me that there's got to be a way for turning my touchscreen into a uh, like a phone into a controller. I mean, it's just a simple Bluetooth connection, so it shouldn't really be a problem to look up like the App Store to see what's available. And basically, there's an option available, and it just yeah, it worked out. It worked out real well. Yeah, and uh the Joy-Con didn't do very well to start off. Lots of connection problems and stuff, but the let me think. Basically, it's just a simple matter of search and finding it and then testing it out and it working well in the end. Yeah, there's nothing special about. Well, there's um. Let's see if there's any other viewers looking through right now. But um, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I don't know what to say about how I found out Joy-Con Droid, but it really is an amazing discovery. But uh, on that side note, it's really a pity that Nintendo decided to not make it work anymore. I think it got a little bit too much attention. Um, uh, but anyways, yeah, I'll just keep going through some of the questions now. Um, do you feel that I need to live a specifically pleasant life to compensate? Oh, I have to read the name first. Monarchical Throwaway said, "Do you need to feel the need to live a specific?" I need to read this properly. Do you feel that you need to live a specifically pleasant life to compensate for your handicap, or do you just live mostly chill? Well, I'll be completely honest. I'm just really grateful to still be alive. And since you know, I was in an accident and I was in surgery for a very long time. Uh, I was a lot more overweight than I was now when I got the accident. So the surgery had lots of complications. They were expecting to um, do the operation for 5 hours, and it took 11. So that was tough. Mostly it's tough on my wife, who uh, who specifically had to. She sat outside waiting in outside the operating room, and man, that takes a toll on you. But anyways, I'm just grateful to be kind of alive and still, uh, well, not kicking, but just grateful to be able to at least do what I do now. It does kind of suck though that I depend on pretty much everyone else for income because the first 3 years I'm really not mobile and other things. Uh, I was a lot worse off. Uh, uh, Took me basically 6 months to start moving bits and pieces of my body again. But yeah, and I don't it's kind of tough to kind of like stay chill and pleasant and you know my wife worked their butts off to support my bills. Um, And when I try to get better in rehab, my body refuses to cooperate, things like that, you know? Um, there's also issues with, I don't want to get demonetized, but yeah, the stuff with mental health that I need to deal with. But all in all, I think having kind of like a rose-tinted glass doesn't help, you know, looking at taking a positive spin, staying positive, that kind of stuff doesn't really work out in the long run because uh the issue with like staying positive, I'm not a firm believer on that because it's not as important as staying real, I don't think. And seeing it is what it is. There's a really cool poem, I think, that uh, one of my, uh, let's say, colleagues, like older colleagues, sent me. He sent me a poem called "The Bound Man" that said that once you realize the limitations where your body is, you become free. Uh, I don't have it on me at the moment. I really should though, because that really helped me through the process. Um, yeah, sorry, it's just to get that out there, anyways. But yeah, I'm not. I don't think having kind of a rose-tinted glasses, uh, like hopeful for the future, it's gonna get better. Kind of view of disability is gonna help. It's just okay. This is where I'm at now. Uh, you got to be okay with what you have, and yeah, it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be kind of tough to be content, but unless you're okay with what you have at certain time at this moment, you know, have uh you're gonna have a tough time. The oh wow, I'll just share this. Like the other day, I had a huge scare that kind of knocked me like back in my senses a little bit. Like, of course, going through all this stuff is not the most uh, positive experience. I do get down a lot with yeah, it's gonna kind of feel down a lot. It's not up to kind of like depression levels of ugh, I can't do this anymore stuff, but um yeah, so I woke up one day with my arm was stretched out over my bed like this, and it pinched on uh, the side pillow, and I woke up and I couldn't move my arm, and I was freaking out really badly. It was like, oh no, all my progress, all the things that I did, you know, until I snapped back to reality and just realized, oh, it's just like pinched nerve, and I was moving my arm properly after a few minutes. But yeah, if having like appreciating what you have right now is so important. I didn't want it to be like so heavy to start off with, but you know, I just like sharing all this stuff. But yeah, okay. Let's move on to kind of more kind of relevant, like light-hearted questions now. Okay, so anyways, there's this is a kind of a from a math not even once 666. He asked, are there any features in video games that stick out to you where your disability just comes in the way? If so, what are they? And do you have an idea of how it could be improved or made more accessible? Okay, so now back into this stuff. I have this is just gonna spoil on kind of future projects, but this is pretty cool that somebody asked this. But yeah, yeah, I'm going to talk about. Firstly, I'll talk about console games. And the thing about console games is they have a lot of buttons. Yeah, and having lots of buttons can be good. Uh, oh, look at all these extra buttons that we could use to put in to function for various things. But there could lead to the thing I have the biggest kind of pet peeve now I have about uh, console games, which is clunky interfaces. Unnecessary button mappings. You know, you didn't need to add another function to put a button there, but you did. And uh, action games, I understand because you need all this function to be able to use various different things at different times. But if you playing, for example, like a board game, or an RPG or a strategy game, yeah, having more functions will with less buttons will make it easier, right? You just need like a menu button, like button to uh, do things. But if you map different buttons to doing different things, it's tougher on accessibility because you need more buttons to be able to do things. You need to be able to do more things. If you understand what I mean, right? Like you uh, need more buttons to do less things. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going with this, but um, the I'll give an example. There's a game on Nintendo Switch called Wingspan, which is basically a board game, and it's meant to be for iOS and touchscreens, and it really shows because once you put it onto the Nintendo Switch and using the Pro controller, you need to use, like for example, the R3 button, which is pressing down on the joy on the analog stick on the Joy-Con to access certain functions in the game. It's like, why do we need to do that? And if you're moving between different screens in that board game, you need to use the L and R buttons. Why that? Why do you have to do that? It's not like not necessary at all, right? And another one, 51 Clubhouse games. That's one's more popular, where there's like lots of little games that you could use, that you could play on it. Um, Once you have a second player, third or fourth player join in, it forces you to use the small Joy-Con for multiplayer. Why? What's the necessity of that? You know? Why not make it so that anybody could use a Pro controller? You could use a Pro controller for all the bigger games, right? For all the games when you're playing single player. So why force to use the Joy-Con for multiplayer? You know, things like this could be mitigated with customizable button mappings, which is available on the Switch itself, but it takes a lot of customization to for it to work. Basically, it takes a bit of effort, but that's fine. Um, right. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks for being here. For all of you guys who are still here, feel free to just send questions into the chat, and I'll just keep answering them. And like I said, if anybody has other things that oh, if we run out of questions eventually, I'll just go ahead and stream some other things. Um, Anyways, I'll move on to the next bit of questions. Uh, let's start off with, if I were to design a game that limits you in the possible way, what would it need to contain to do that for you? Okay. Um, cool question. Um, by Math Not Even Once here. Um, if I was to design a game, I would create something that probably doesn't require a lot of movement, but I think I still can be enjoyed, such as things like I think something thought-provoking or emotionally satisfying RPG. I love complex systems in RPG, so if you already see, I'm a big fan of Unlimited Saga. I did a tutorial on my channel. Uh, I was have beaten the entire game already. That's an interesting thought. I might want to go back and play that once I have a good enough setup to play that. But anyways, yeah. Um, I like games with complex systems but easy interfaces. Yep. So it's something that could be enjoyed, uh, or something like multiplayer that could be enjoyed with lots of people, like board games and stuff, where games that you can enjoy that doesn't come at the cost of accessibility, you know? Okay, so what other things are here, as questions are available? Okay, here's another one. Um, Let me just check on the chat if somebody's having another question. No one yet, but okay. I'll keep going through the Reddit post questions then. And here's one. Um, how independent are you on an average day? Do you constantly need someone to care for you, or are you able to take care of yourself most of the time? At this point in my recovery, I require full assistance. So basically, simply put, I um I can't be left alone at all because if there's an issue or something's going on, um, since I'm paralyzed from here, from the chest downwards, um, I really can't do anything but call for help or ask somebody to help me. So, uh, the irony of that is there's not a lot that needs to be done to take care of me. Um, the bed that I'm in is electrical, so that's burden off my caretaker's shoulders. So it's just you need to push buttons to move the bed until I'm at a comfortable position, like a seated position. Um, Help me move my body every so often so that I don't develop pressure sores, yeah, which I'm actually dealing with that right now. But yeah, uh, and help with things like bathing, going to the bathroom. So to do that, I have a caretaker taking care of me during the day, and when my wife goes to work, and my wife takes care of me at at the night, which is basically put me to bed, uh, wake up for bathroom breaks. Yeah. So basically, I need full assistance on that. Uh, okay. So next question is, well, pizza or cake? Yeah. So, oh man, I'm on keto, so I can't really have either. Uh, and just so you know, the keto's the diet that really helped me lose a lot of weight. I'd love to be able to go on a scale someday because where I am right now, and considering the situation, the only place I could weigh myself is at a hospital that's equipped with uh, a bed, um, that where you could weigh yourself on the hospital bed. So at this moment, I can't. It's due to the not flu, the pandemic situation. It's best to avoid those kinds of situations for now. Yep. Uh, so yeah, I'm on keto right now, and unfortunately, uh, I can't have either cake or yeah. I do make a really cool keto cheesecake with almond crust, so it's cake it is, I guess. But I say make, but I have a recipe for it, and someone makes it for me. But anyways, okay. Hi, Jiggity Jake. Welcome to the stream. And you have a question, so let's answer yours first. So, hey, I hope you're well. Yep, I'm okay. Sorry if you've answered this. What's your current favorite game? Currently favorite games. My go-to right now are Civ 6 and Legends of Runeterra, if you can't tell by my stream. Um, the thing is, um, I'm going through a new caretaker who's supposedly taking care of me for a little while until my old caretaker comes back. If she comes back, she's dealing with a lot of personal issues at the moment. But yeah, originally I was going to do a lot more unlockable content type stuff, but my new caretaker is still not very good at setting up filming. It's, I mean, it's not very. Uh, it's a big ask for someone who's uh like has a caretaking job and not necessarily good at with technology all the time. But anyways, I wanted to do more unlockable content projects on more games, but if you've been watching my channel, that's been kind of put on hold for the sake of uh, streaming Runeterra and Civilization 6. But yeah, uh, my favorite games right now are those two. I'm looking for some other games to play. Now that I've got my controller right here, let me just switch back to that view again. Now that I have my controller right here, uh, I might be able to do some more stuff for games that don't have other click to drag options. Um, yeah, uh, so that might open up things like one of my other favorites, like XCOM. Uh, I'm sure some of you might say like, oh, what about Animal Crossing? Do you enjoy that? Well, I did for a long while, and I've come to a point where I've basically gotten what I needed out of the game. Really, I've completed the museum with all the fish, bugs, and recently I completed all the art stuff. The only things that I haven't done in that game is gathering all the uh, DIYs. That's gonna take a while. But yeah, I pretty much collected all I needed from that game and gotten my enjoyment out of the game until it comes up with a newer update. And it's also quite unfortunate because I share the island with my family, and I do have ideas of what to create, like I wanted to terraform the entire island, but I really can't because everybody's enjoying the game at the moment, and I don't want to say delete everything just to start over, as tempting as it is. Nintendo, if you're listening in, if you let me get a second island, I would just play the heck out of that. Yeah. Or maybe if I get a second Nintendo Switch, but that's not financially viable at all. But yeah, as those are my favorite games at the moment. Um, I've been looking at some other newer RPGs. Still, oh, I played a little bit of Loop Hero. That was pretty cool. surprisingly accessible game. Um, yeah. So that's thanks for the question, Jiggity Jake. Um, and let me just move on to some other questions that I have in the backlog here until maybe more people join on the stream. Let's see what else is here. Um, I was in an accident which caused second degree damage to my radial nerve. I lost control of my wrist just as you did in the video I saw. I was lucky that my radial nerve grew back and have no issue at all. Do you know if there's anything they can do for you for spinal cord injury? Have you tried any experimental treatment at all? Okay, so make it simple as possible. Most of the experimental stuff is illegal here. Like stem cells is illegal here. Someone recommended Botox, though, but um, it's not really readily available over here. You need to like basically look for that kind of stuff. There's traditional medicine, alternative medicine stuff, which is helping out, surprisingly helping out quite a fair bit because um, the amount of stimulation my body gets, like either um, like physical stimulation or you know getting massages, things like that, really kind of helps out for my case. Um, I've gone through I'm going through what's called the plateau right now, which is basically after the initial 6 months, my body doesn't quite improve as drastically as before. But there's some signs of changes. Like most recently, right now, I've got cramps going on uh, in my torso, which is real tough because it really doesn't help when I like need to breathe and it cramps and I have it even affected my amount of oxygen levels, which is not really good, not being able to breathe well. But yeah, it does mean that things are slowly changing, and when things are slowly changing, it's a better sign than oh, things are not showing. There's nothing new showing up on your body at all. I'm sorry, you know. Yeah, uh, like I said, it's a gradual process. And the thing right now is I'm thinking about what I need to do to uh, like improve myself further. I might need to consider some alternatives to um, what I'm doing now for gaming because basically it's not doing it for me. Super Robot Wars. Yeah. Hi, Apilux. Apilux here or Arm here is my best buddy here. Um, yeah, Super Robot Wars is a really one of my favorite series. You might see me wearing my Mazinger t-shirt once in a while during the live stream. Yep, my one of my all-time favorite series overall. And with the right setup, I might actually just try it. But uh, it, like I said, it needs me to be able to um, press lots of different buttons because it's a game that maps different functions onto different buttons. And yeah, if there's an accessible way for me to actually be able to do that, then why not? Super Robot Wars seems like a good idea. But and even if you look back on a backlog of some of the games that I played in the Super Robot War series, yeah, I enjoy that kind of stuff. But anyways, thanks for the question. Um, apples or oranges? I'm not a big fan of fruit, but if I had to pick, it'll be apples. And actually, like I'm on keto, so I'm not allowed to have fruit. But I hate any fruit with kind of the texture on your teeth. I hate pears. I hate uh, apples are somewhat tolerable. I completely hate guava. Um, Anything that grinds against your teeth when you bite it down, yeah, like crispy fruits, I'm not a fan of. Um, uh, but the thing is, I hate oranges even more. I hate the rind. I hate the fact that it has seeds. Yeah, it's like more trouble than it's worth for the sweetness. Okay, let's see what other questions there are. Um, do you play Minecraft? And if so, does the present does that present any struggles different than the ones you have from playing other games? I used to play Minecraft before the accident, some really old videos, but I don't play Minecraft anymore because I need a better setup to be able to enjoy the game. Minecraft is a WASD and mouse setup, which means that I'd need to be able to motion with one hand and uh, react with the other. So that in itself is quite a bit of a challenge to be able to do with just one digit. And and yeah, so until I have a better setup to enjoy the game, let's hope with the arrival of the adaptive controller here and maybe a good fight stick will help. Yep. Um, Next question is, what is the highlight of your week? It's weird, but I think out of all the questions that being asked here, this is the toughest to answer because I spend a lot of days in bed. So days turns to weeks, weeks turns to months, months into years, you know, and it sometimes times just kind of blur out. I I guess people on lockdown will kind of understand that feeling. And it's like, wait, it's been a year already. Like it's hard to believe that I'm coming up on the 2 year mark for the accident in July. Like yeah, it's been quite a some time now, and it's tough not seeing like a large amount of progress at this point in time. But if things work out in the end, then yeah, uh, I might update people with progress soon. But yeah, it's tough being being basically I was under lockdown before it was cool. It's such a hipster thing to say. But okay, here's a really uh, important question here. So, do you feel insecure about your relationship with your wife after the accident? Short answer is yes. Yeah. Um, like we love each other very much, and she's been super supportive and loving throughout the whole incident. But I always feel kind of inadequate, like undeserving of her support and her love and stuff. Before the accident, I was like this, tough, huge, athletic guy, sweep her off her feet, carry her around. But she like my wife reassures me that that's not the reason why she fell in love with me in the first place. So um, yeah, the biggest strain in the relationship, kind of right now, is how I'm not as how should I say it? In her own words, she says that I kind of lost a spark in my eyes sometimes. Like I used to have the energy or the outlook and the positivity that goes out and says, hey, I want to do something, make something of today's day, make the most out of the day, But yeah, there are times when I'm, lack of a better word, I just kind of give up. Don't want to do much today. I don't want to achieve much today. It's going to be yet another day. It really does kind of uh, drains you a little bit if you wake up to the same situation, same uh, kind of thing every day, and when your caretaker uh, use the um, doesn't use the machine that lifted me out and onto the wheelchair, so I don't get to. So despite getting that new device, I don't get to really use that much anymore. Uh, not until um, not until I get there's some changes to what I could actually do. But yeah, anyways, just going through that. Basically, there's lots of rough patches. Yeah, like emotional rough patches. She has to deal with lots of stuff. I'm dealing with stuff. And she basically said that she finds it tough to motivate me sometimes. But all in all, we're still going strong together. Yeah, and we made a promise that uh, she won't give up as long as I won't give up. So that's that's the deal we made. Yeah, so that I could yeah. So I'm reminded every day uh, who I'm getting better for, what I'm doing this for, why I'm trying to make the best out of my day for, who I'm doing it for. Yeah, and that's not just her. It's my family, my friends. You know, it's really tough to do something if it's just for you. But like, uh, I have a world waiting for me out there to return to. I think that's the thing that keeps me motivated. And it might be kind of like a different world than where I was, considering the situation right now with, you know, the pandemic that must not be named, otherwise I get demonetized. But yeah, I will be I'll see how far I could go, basically. Oh, okay. That's a really tough question to answer, but thanks for asking anyways. Um, Here's another like big question. I'm sorry you were in a bad accident. Did you get multiple opinions from doctors? And were your doctors positive in your ability to recover, or did they give you limitations? Because I only ask because I have a friend that got shot, had spinal cord injury. Yeah, and he was told that he would never walk again. But after several years, that around 5 of really intense physical therapy and his nonstop belief that he could do it again, which was just impressive, no other words. And he was fairly comfortable now with a one elbow cane. So first off, hats off to your buddy to be able to walk again. Not everybody could do it, and not everybody has the motivation, the wills, and the guts to do it. It takes a lot of effort and perseverance to do that. Um, Actually, let me take that back. It doesn't take a lot of perseverance to do that. It just takes a lot of action to do that. You just gotta wake up and keep doing things that works for your body until uh, your body works. And people say that, oh, but you get demotivated and give up. That doesn't do much for you. For you. I mean, people like get demotivated sometimes, sure. People give up sometimes, sure, but it's a completely different world than what you actually need to do to be able to recover, right? It's like, yeah, there's the emotional part of it. You could say that the so you say that, hey, like I'm not motivated to do that anymore. Yeah, doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Back when I was a music major, uh, and I don't feel like practicing singing, is it? No, I'm not gonna practice anymore. That's not how it works, right? If you don't feel like practicing, you still go practice. Isn't that right? Or back when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you might not feel like going to train on that particular day, but if you go, you just keep training, right? Your emotional state should not dictate whether if you are able to uh, do what's needed to be done or not. But that being said, just to be fair, I want to give like a fair uh, statement for the doctors here. I think doctors usually have to give you the worst case scenario anyways, because I prefer that to false hope, I think. What do you think is going to be worse? Saying that you might not be able to walk again and hey, through your doing and through your efforts, you are actually able to walk again. That's amazing. It's a miracle, right? Versus a doctor saying that, hey, you'll be able to walk if you try harder, and then you never regain your ability to walk. I think that's going to be horrible, man. But the thing about spinal cord injury is that absolutely every single case is different. The degrees of injury is different for everybody. Um, you might not, you might have complete injury or incomplete injury. For me, it's the incomplete version. I could still feel stuff. Uh, Not although not much, like below my chest and stuff. There are areas which I don't feel anything. The areas that feels like a little bit tingly, but it's different. Every case is different, and I think the diagnosis from my second opinion is my favorite one. The doctor basically gave me the said that, okay, this is your situation right now. You are uh, at what's considered uh, Asia A or fully disabled, cannot be uh, that you need full assistance, full requirement all the time. There's a probability that you move on to the next stage, about 1 in 100 to move on to the next stage. That's the statistical outcome that you move on to there. And then after that, the statistical outcome that you move on to the next stage is yet 1 in 100. And at that point, you might be able to help yourself get on a wheelchair, uh, have someone else move you around in the wheelchair, or get an automatic wheelchair. That way, you could basically be mobile, and that's a different level of disability. You could move on to the next stage, etc. So uh, that and also that's the kind of that's the diagnosis I like the most. Yeah, probability stuff because it's impartial. Like, hey, you know, there's a chance that you're gonna get it. It's a like a lottery win if you do, but you might not get it, and that's okay. You just need to learn to work with what you have as of now, and if other things work out for the better, then hey, you might go for a try for it to see if it works out, and work towards that. I've also learned the hard way that the only kind of people that give you false hope and it says, "Hey, you definitely be able to recover this far, this far, this far by this much, this much." Oh, I'm gonna do this in a couple of days, a couple of years. I'm gonna set a time limit that by this time you're gonna be better. Trust me. Those guys are either vultures that's trying to take advantage of you, um, or snake oil salesmen that want to sell you stuff, right? Uh, I won't go into specific details, but yeah, that kind of stuff really sucks. People on prey on other people's hope just kind of sucks. Yeah, yeah, okay. But that's pretty much it for. Oh, I have one more question. Do you ever get the physical sensation of being restless? And if so, how do you deal with it? It's the worst, man. It's I've developed a bad habit with that because I explained earlier that my body doesn't quite um, really deal well with uh, physical. Um, I haven't lost all sensation in my lower half, so I've got like pins and needles in my legs. I want to. I tend to slap my stomach or my legs just to trigger a reaction, which causes me to spasm nonstop. I lose my balance while I'm sitting. I fall down further. I slide down further while I'm sitting. It's a really bad habit, but yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, well, I think that is all the questions I have for now. Oh, yeah, I have one from another viewer saying that what kind of music do I like? Um, I was actually a music major in university. If you didn't know that already, I studied uh, first voice and then music composition, and I got a master's degree out of that. But yeah, and I was teaching music for a very long time. Um, the Before I started, you know, getting into translation work and other things. Oh, why is it saying no data now? That's really weird. Okay, we're back to excellent connection. That's good. So yeah, I I did a lot of music stuff earlier, but I got into translation work later, and and interpreting work. Yeah. So that being said, I think all types of music are valid. So that's pretty pretty cool. Um, I love, but I've actually had to pick favorites. Um, I love funk. I love kind of like anything with a soul and funk vibe in the background. You know, uh, I enjoy a lot of rock music. Me and my wife is obsessed with rock music. I took her to a Guns N' Roses concert once when they came to Bangkok, which is amazing. It's really is an experience to. It's not an experience to forget, really. We also went to a Foo Fighters concert once they were here. But yeah, our favorite experience is definitely the Guns N' Roses concert. I mean, Happy Lux was there too. But yeah, anyways, um, yeah, old school rock, punk, anything that involves the the guitar, and also enjoy all other types of music, classical music. Um, I say I think eclectic works well for me. So I like all types of music. Is there any, the question is there any kind of music that I don't like? Earwormy stuff, like something low effort, basically. But yeah. Okay. I am now completely out of questions. So here's my question to you. What would you like to see me do at this point? Because I have uh, a bit of time to spend. Uh, um, uh, so um, I'm thinking of showing off a setup right now as a bonus for people sticking with me for so long. And let's hope that this doesn't get demonetized because you know what sound that is? Because if you don't, okay, don't fail me now. Oh man, it's slowing down significantly. I think it's because I'm streaming. Right. Isn't this cool? I actually managed to get my emulator working for Unlimited Saga here. But to be fair, we are in a bit of a trouble here because there's no kind of analog stick for me to be able to uh,
What do you
play this
think
game
you're looking
properly.
at? Come any closer to me and you'll get hurt.
Yeah. So let me just show off my save state here. Where are you? Yep. So here we are in game. I could stand by, press this for yes. Yep. And the thing is, as much as I want to yeah, as much as I want to move around, the buttons for moving around up, left, and right and stuff is real tough because I could go left, right, up, and down, but for diagonals, I have to press two buttons at the same time. So it's going to be uh, F is the middle button. Yep. And let's see if there's a skill. Oh no. We could use aura, I think, but again, I'll need to use which buttons is it now? Yeah. Um, yeah, this here and then here. And there we go. Here and then here. G and V. Okay. Uh, attack. Punch. Why are my directional buttons not working? That's real weird. Hmm. Yep. I should have to use this now. Alright. Yeah. For those of you just joining in on the stream, yes. I'm actually able to play a little bit of a Unlimited Saga now. But not super well, let me say that. Yep. Yeah, this is gonna be real tough. Yep. Okay. This will really kind of go flawlessly if I have an access to an analog controller. Which, spoiler alert, I might get one soon. Yep, because this is hardly the best alternative for me to move around. It's gonna take forever for me to play this game. Hooray, a treasure chest. Yep. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to use this. Down, down. We don't know what traps are there, but there goes the needle trap. Uh-huh. Let's see if we could switch the characters. Oh, it's locked with magic, so that means, okay, going to here. What else do we need to do? Let's see. Switch over to Laura and use the best armlet fire arrows to unlock the magic. Okay, that's action. Nice money. All right, I think that's pretty much going to be the extent of my playthrough of this for now, because no, I'm stuck in a loop. Help. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if I could actually finish the little area here. Okay, G and V. D and V. Yep. Why are you blind? Okay, so let's go with one punch. And fire arrows. Power surge. No. I wanted to switch over to Henri. Double quick thrust. Alright, so let's go ahead and power surge. Okay, that sucks. Don't die in this first battle, Henri. Oh, they've stunned Laura. So, let's see now. It is here. Nice. Quick thrust there. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and do quick thrust with Henri. And move up to Laura. Do one fire arrows. And one punch. Oh, I shouldn't have picked Henri first. Uh-huh. Yep. Good. Yep. And see if these uppercuts will do as to the battle. Okay, that's it. And let's keep healing. Right. And I think that'll have to do for now for this particular game. I'm gonna save state here. And yeah, I will switch off into something else. Well, folks, this has been a wonderful old stream. I will turn this off for now. And thanks for joining in for the Q&A. I will update the channel a little bit um, in the future. I might announce like a membership program so that you guys can support me in some other ways. But yeah, overall, thanks for joining in, and I think I'll see you guys next time. I gotta go have a little bit of a meal, get something to eat. But yeah, it's me and Biggy. I'll be back. Thanks for being here if you are here. And if you joined me on a later date to watch this stream afterwards, then okay, let's leave more questions in the comments and I'll answer them. But yeah, set for now. Thanks, guys. 3,000 subs. It's not. It's been a long road, long journey. I have a lot of old fans who were here on the channel before. I'm not sure if they're all still here right now. And a couple of new fans coming in from Reddit to watch my accessibility content. But yeah, you can see that my body's reacting a little bit. I need to rest, I have something to eat, and maybe I might stream a little bit later in the day because it's morning here. But that'll have to wait until later. Thanks for joining in, guys. Bye for now.